Stupid microphone is on. My goodness. Why does everything have to go? Oh. Swear to God. And I don't get paid for this. BS, man. BS. Hey everybody, how's it going? Todd, the cheap drums guy. And I'm in a foul mood today. Oh my gosh. So yesterday I thought I'd get a jump on doing my video. So I recorded most of the video yesterday, and then I was going to do an insert today with just how I clean my cymbals, because a viewer had asked how I clean my cymbals and what I use. So I did that. Happy with myself, got upstairs and realized the microphone wasn't working yesterday. So half of what I did yesterday, there was no sound or whatever. So you're gonna see me go from green to red and then back to green again. So anyways, but hey everybody, how's it going? Todd the cheap drums guy. All right, started. What this video is about? Okay, it's about not blowing off your drum maintenance. Okay, Friday night, my wife and one of the grandkids who was staying the week with us ended up going somewhere, and so I'm like, well, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to play some drums for a while. So I started off with this drum with this snare on. This is my Premier 6-inch 6x14 Janista. Red Blaze it's called. It's a rare drum. They don't make this anymore, and Janista is one of the better lines that Premier had. This was an English-made snare. Pure sound wires. Wonderful. Started playing, and I'm like, boy, that snare sounds like crap. And I'm like, it's way out of tune. Even for me, I can tell. But anyways, so I swapped it out. I took this one up, grabbed another one, put it down and started going, and it was out of tune. No crap. I went through 5 snares. Every single one of them were out of tune. I haven't been doing my maintenance. All right. Oh my God, he's cheating again, he's cheating. Mr. Drum Dial. That's right, he came out. And we gotta check the resonant head. And that's supposed to be at 80 to 85. Holy snapping arses, Margaret, look at that. That one was way off. Okay, so I gotta change that. I love this drum dial. I don't care what anybody says. I think it works just fine. I don't have the patience. Oh, that one's good. I don't have the patience to do the tippity tappity tippity tappity tippity tappity. So let's talk about something very important. Rush. So everyone knows Rush is most famous drummer, Neil Peart, passed away a few years ago, and everybody thought that was going to be it for Rush. It's like Alex Lifeson, Geddy Lee, going to take some well-earned vacation for the rest of their lives, which in all actuality, you know, everybody would probably say, you guys deserve to take the time and to yourselves, you know, and they should. They've earned it. But they seem to have come back. And I was dreading the fact that they might come back. Do I need, yeah, I'm gonna still need that anyways. I was dreading the fact that they might come back because all the controversy that was going to be caused by adding someone new to the band, i.e. a drummer. And it's always been on the back of my mind, well, if Rush were to get a new drummer, who would that person be? And to be perfectly honest with you, I was not prepared for who was on stage. Miss Anika Miles, or Mrs. I don't know, but I was not expecting her. Blew me away. It really did. So like everybody else, fans of Rush's, everybody else, you know, I watched the performance, and I watched Geddy's and Alex's face as they were playing. Remember, when you put new wires on, or you change your wires, you always loosen your throw off so you can adjust it fully. But so I'm watching the drummer, Anika. She's doing pretty good up there. And I'm watching Alex's face. I'm watching Geddy's face as they're playing, as they're looking at each other, because, you know, bands make eye contact, you know, little subtle nuances of their body, you know, saying, you know, something's going to change here, we're going to do this, or they're going to get it. But I was watching to see how they react to playing with each other. And Alex has got a big old grin on his face, because I think honestly, if I was even up there playing drums with him, he'd be happy. Well, he'd probably be laughing, but I think he just because he likes to be up there and likes to play on stage, likes to play live, which I don't blame him. I mean, but little cues and whatnot, and as they're playing along, and it honestly looks like they enjoy playing together as a band. And it was hard. It was hard to see it, and I don't know, because I just knew the hate that was going to stem from it. Because, you know, there's those old schoolers out there that's like, well, this has to be this way, this has to be that way. You know, you don't do this, you don't do that. That's just the way things are. No, things can change. Is Anika Miles Neil Peart? Nope. She's not supposed to be. Anika Miles is supposed to be Anika Miles. And I watched the video, and then I started reading the comments down below, and everybody saying that Neil Peart has got big, you know, she has to fill Neil Peart's shoes and all this. No, she doesn't. She doesn't have to fill anything of Neil's. Neil is dead. He's deceased. It's an unfortunate thing, but he is. She needs to fill her own shoes and just do as good a job as she can for Alex and Geddy. You know, God bless her for doing what she's doing. You know, she did that live performance. She did a wonderful job. She sounded tight. She didn't make any mistakes that I could tell. She looked like she was having fun. Pfft. Mission success right there. So I think she is 100% qualified for the job, and she did a wonderful job. And unlike the haters, she does not have to fill Neil Peart's shoes. Neil Peart is dead. Nobody can fill Neil's shoes except Neil. She only has to fill her own shoes. And she's going to do the best she can for Alex and Geddy for as long as they continue to play. But as far as she goes, she has my support 100% because I thought she did a good job. And I like Neil a lot, but I kind of like seeing her up there. I mean, it's kind of fresh, I guess. And it'll be interesting to see Rush, her play Rush's older song. Well, all of their songs are older, of course. Her take on the songs, like Subdivisions and Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer is a lot harder to play than most people think. They're just, I don't know. Neil Peart even said it himself. It's a difficult song to play it right. That is. So it'll be interesting to see what Anika can do, what her take on the song is. But anyways, so let me use the drum dial. Well, actually, first. Oh my God, he's got another gimmick. That's right, tension setter. That's an Evans torque key. Torques to a certain point, so I ain't got to sit there and spend all day. So let me knock. Mr. 1035. And despite what that turd online said, this is a 1035. This is a Super Olympic. There's only one Olympic that looks like that. One snare drum that looks like that. Now that's the Super Olympic. All right. So I put the new head on. The Aquarian is now on the Janista. Torque wrench, put it all the way around. Then I dropped the drum dial on it to check it. And I'll be damned if every single lug was at 90. I mean, just about at 90. 90, 91, whatever. So it was just right there. No muss, no fuss. All right. Now, let's see what she sounds like just right out the bat. Shouldn't have to tighten it up. I did tighten it up, right? Yeah. Beautiful. All right. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So now what do we got to do? We got to clean cymbals. Yes. But I'm doing that tomorrow. I don't feel like doing it today. Why? Because I'm going upstairs and I'm going to war game a little bit. Until the wife gets home and the grandkid makes a whole bunch of noise and irritates me. So, see you in a little bit. I hate feeling rushed. Ugh. I just literally got back from the coffee shop, which is strange because today is Easter Sunday, so nothing should be open. So I was like, well, the dogs caused me considerable issue last night, waking me up at 2 o'clock and then 4 o'clock, and all they wanted to do was go outside and sniff. And they did a little tinkle and that was it. I mean, it wasn't worth my time. So, about 4 o'clock when they did it, I pretty much threatened them with euthanasia. So, anyways, I got up at 6 and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get something. I need some coffee because, I still can't believe we don't have a decent coffee pot here at the house. But anyways, plus being Easter Sunday, so I'd have to go down to the gas station and I just pick up a can of cold Black Rifle coffee, which is really good, the mocha. But lo and behold, as soon as I go by my coffee shop, I see that it's open. So, which I don't believe that the store is actually open on Easter Sunday, but good old cup of black coffee. But let me get my jacket off. But anyways, so I'm working on my snares last night, and this one is still a little dry, a little choked out a little bit, so I have to loosen up. It'll be fine. But the other day I had somebody send me a message. Sorry, I can't remember your name. And he had asked me to do a video on cleaning, or I remember I did a short on cleaning already on what I do to clean cymbals. So I told him I'd try to add it on to this one, to this video I was doing today. So, no further ado, let's get into that. Oh my God, I smell like crap. So, cleaning cymbals. Now, this is a touchy subject, okay? Because there's two schools with cymbal cleaning. There's a class that will not, don't even think about cleaning their cymbals. Tarnish, tarnish, tarnish. That's what they strive for. Then you have the other side that clean the cymbals. Keep them clean, keep them shiny, keep them polished, whatever. There doesn't seem to be a happy medium. You know, unless there's that guy who's got that one great cymbal and then the rest is crap. So he shines them on and leaves the others, you know, whatever. But anyways, now I'm of the persuasion to keep them clean. It means a lot to me. It's just nice to come down when I have polished chrome on the drums. The shells are polished, the wraps are nice and clean, and then just to see that nice shine on the cymbals, it really makes me feel good. It makes me feel a sense of pride. I will say that I am arguably one of the best drummers out there on cleanliness, because my stands, the stainless steel or the chrome, I polish my cymbal stands quite a bit. Usually you will not find fingerprints on them. And the same goes with my cymbals. Unless I'm doing something on the video and I accidentally crack, hit it like I usually always do on my hi-hats. I would stop it with my hand. But for the most part, I don't touch my cymbals. Now, there are a lot of cleaning products for cymbals. Zildjian makes it. Of course, Cymbal is the most widely known cymbal maker out there. They also make a product to clean their cymbals. However, I think it's somewhat caustic, because when you apply it to their cymbals, they say do not apply it to the logos. Go around the logos. Why? Because it'll take the ink off there. Like with any cymbals you clean, like with me, no matter when I clean mine, I always try to avoid the logos. But then again, that's with the cleaner. But when I come in later with a polisher, and then that's okay, because that somewhat acts as kind of a cleaner. But I've tried, like with my Pisces. The Pisces, you can't really use those type of cymbal cleaners on them, because if you ever picked up a Pisces cymbal, like a PST7 like mine, you'll note that there is an extra little gloss to it. I think they have some kind of spray they put over top of it, a polyurethane of some sort, which helps it, preserves it, and cleans or keeps the finish looking good at all times. So I do not put any kind of cleaner on the Pisces. Now, at one point in my little path here, I didn't like the PST7 logo. I liked that it said Pisces on there, but I didn't like the PST7 part of it. So I was going to try to take those off. And you can see right there on the back side of this little china that the Pisces is there. You see the Pisces is there, but part of the logo is missing, because I was trying different products to try to take that off. And I since stopped because of, just for the fact that I kind of lost interest in doing it. But that's the Pisces I like. I don't like the PST7 logo. Now, that's that type of cymbal. I didn't want to put that stuff on there because I didn't want to take a chance on removing that covering they put on it. If they do, I'm not sure if they do. Maybe it's just polished to a super high sheen. Others like the Sabian. The Sabian doesn't seem to have it. It's just the actual, just the cymbal. This one's a B20 bronze. And so I did clean this one when I first got it. This one was absolutely foul. It was just dingy looking. It was really bad. And so I got a product. I no longer have any of it because I used it all up. It was called Bartender's or Barkeeper's Friend. Now, what that was, it was a powder that you'd apply on there, and you put a little water, and you'd scrub it, and it took everything off. It literally took all that tarnish off, which is just wonderful. But you had to be really careful around any of the logos, because that also could remove the ink. But that was Bartender's or Barkeeper's Friend. They also make I'm pretty sure it was a powder, but I think they also make the liquid. But that is something you have to scrub in. What I did, I put it on an old washcloth and I rubbed it in really good. And it did a really nice job for what I needed to do. But I would not use it on these. Then you have, like with the Pisces, you also have the super polished ones. Like this one, you really can't see it in the light. But if you look here, I can see the area where it was not cleaned around the AAX and the Sabian logo, but the rest had been polished. You can use other things like any type of metal cleaner. Stainless steel polish is one. My stuff in the kitchen, my refrigerator, my stove, my dishwasher, it's all stainless steel. And there's places like the big box stores sell stainless steel cleaner to keep those clean. And you can clean your cymbals with that as well. Again, paying attention to the logos. You know, if you don't care about the logos, whatever, I'm fine. You take those off. But I like keeping mine on. So you got stainless steel cleaner, your Barkeeper's Friend. Myself now, all I use when I clean my cymbals, I just did mine about a week ago. All I use is a rag and some isopropyl rubbing alcohol. Isopropyl. I can't remember. Rubbing alcohol. That's what I use on a rag. Good little dabble on there. It takes all the fingerprints off, of course, because the oils. Takes the oils off. Stick marks. It takes those off pretty good too. Especially with the plastic tips on it. Leaves the little marks on the cymbals. It takes that off. Again, it's rubbing alcohol. It's not that super strong, so I avoid the logos anyways. But once my cymbal is clean, then I go back and I use lemon scented Pledge. Why lemon scented? Because I like lemons. That's why. But Pledge furniture polish. Now, as you can see, this has got a nice little shine to it. It doesn't have anything added to it, if the pasties even do, to keep it a nice sheen. However, I use Pledge on it, and it has a nice little shine on it. And I found, after I use Pledge on my cymbals, the sticks kind of bounce off it a little bit better, kind of a little rebound and glance off them a little smoother. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm mentally impaired, but to me, they just seem to look and sound better. That's, again, just me. But all you do is, where did it go? With the Pledge, once your cymbal is clean, all you have to do is come in and just rub it in. You see, I'm rubbing around the cymbal because of all the rubbing it into the grooves as well. And this, what Pledge seems to do is just keep the dust away, and it puts just a little light hue, little reflective quality on your cymbals. Now, if it's a little damp, you just got to wait a minute, wait a second or two for all the liquid to evaporate. Sometimes it'll fog over. If it does, just when you just give it a little couple extra seconds, then you go back over it with a dry cloth, rub it again, Paying attention to the grooves, of course, follow it around, circular motion. And I'm telling you, they just absolutely beautiful finish on these things. And it's really important, like I said, it's really important to me. And I come down, I like everything nice and shiny, and it just presents a better picture of everything. And you know, it's just kind of like when you wash your car. You know, we all kind of slack on that sometimes. Every time you wash your car, does it not seem to run a little bit better? Call me fickle, but for some reason, every time I wash my Subaru, it just seems like it just falls into a certain place. The sun's out, the birds sing a little louder. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But he asked what I use, and I just use Lemon Pledge. Johnson & Johnson. But it doesn't cause any harm to the cymbals. It doesn't leave a residue. It doesn't leave a film on it. I've probably done it to my cymbals probably a dozen times or more, and there's absolutely no residue. It leaves nothing behind except a nice shine. That's what I do. Again, watch cymbal cleaners, advertised ones like Zildjian cleaners. Anything like that where it says you have to put on some kind of gloves to apply it, and you really have to be wary of things. You know, you don't want to. Your skin is your largest organ, and you really don't want to mess that up. Sometimes all it takes is a little spit and polish, a little rubbing alcohol, or just a little bit of soap and water. That's for the people who want to keep their cymbals clean. I've seen videos. R. David R. did the video of putting ketchup on it. Who the hell wants to waste that much time to clean the cymbals with ketchup? Really, if you're using ketchup to clean your cymbals, you really have to look at your life and see. I don't. God, it just. It's kind of like that rinse, lather, repeat, you know, because you know on a shampoo bottle it says rinse, lather, and repeat as necessary. You know, that same guy is sitting in that shower still washing his hair because it doesn't say turn the shower off, dry your hair off, go to bed. You know, he's still rinse, lather, and then repeat because it didn't tell him to stop. It's just stupid people out there. But anyways, that's it. That's how I keep mine clean. Again, if you don't like to clean cymbals, whatever, you'll have your nasty, dirty, fungus-covered rat droppings or whatever you have. My stuff's clean. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. It's Easter Sunday, and the wife's still sleeping. We had it rough, the damn dogs. So, anywho, I'm going to go upstairs and take it easy.